Can you put me down for 5 tonight in Hawaii over Gonzaga? I have it. I have the money. I literally have the money right here in my hand. I'm looking at it. Oh. Hey, JP? JP?
How's everybody feeling tonight? That's okay by me. Let's play some cards, huh? Aces are good, right?
I'm usually good at reading people, right? But you're all over the map. I can't spot your toe.
Fold. Want to know why?
Yeah.
I don't care about winning. Can I ask you a personal question? How much do you owe?
A lot.
To who?
Everyone. But I got a plan.
I'm listening.
Welcome to Kermode Uncut. Mississippi Grind opens in UK cinemas this Friday. I'll be reviewing it on the Radio 5 live show I do with Simon Mayer, but I'll tell you in advance, I like it very much. It's a really interesting and gripping movie. It's sort of existential gambling movie starring Ben Mendelsohn and Ryan Reynolds, both of whom are terrific. Now, as a matter of course, I absolutely don't gamble. I have a kind of complete phobia about gambling, but that hasn't stopped me from putting together for you my top 5 gambling movies. At number 5, from 1949, The Lady Gambles, a strange morality tale starring Barbara Stanwyck. The story is a woman goes to Las Vegas with her husband and suddenly falls into gambling. I put it in here because it has such a marvellous tagline, which reads, "Once she was someone's wife, now she's just someone's luck." At number 4, The Gambler. No, not the Marky Mark Wahlberg remake version, which was a complete waste of space, but the 1974 original, starring James Caan, who picked up a Golden Globe nomination, and based on a semi-autobiographical script by James Toback. Toback, incidentally, makes a very significant cameo appearance in Mississippi Grind. At number 3, from 1955, Bob Le Flambeur, classic by Jean-Pierre Melville, which Godard described as Melville's finest film. Quentin Tarantino sings its praises as one of his favourite movies, and it served as the inspiration for Paul Thomas Anderson's Hard Eight, which brings us rather neatly to number 2. And at number 2, from 1996, Hard Eight, Paul Thomas Anderson's debut feature with standout central performances by John C. Reilly and Philip Baker Hall. This is the film that really put Paul Thomas Anderson on the map as a talent to watch. The story of an ageing gambler teaching the tricks of the trade to a young man. When Roger Ebert reviewed it, he said, "Writer-director Anderson has us so hooked that we're watching for the sheer pleasure of the acting and the dialogue." Anderson, of course, went on to make Boogie Nights, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, and most recently, Inherent Vice. Which brings me to the number 1 spot, a 1973 film which stands as my favourite gambling movie. And that's rather a bittersweet triumph because it's the film which beat The Exorcist, my favourite movie of all time, to the Best Picture Oscar in 1974. I'm talking, of course, about The Sting. Paul Newman and Robert Redford together again in a film wonderfully directed by George Roy Hill. The visuals are terrific. I watched it again just recently and was amazed by how much it stands up as a rather timeless work. The music, of course, by Scott Joplin has now become indelibly associated with that movie. You can't hear Maple Leaf Rag or The Entertainer without thinking of The Sting. But the best thing about the movie is this. I saw it as a teenager and I saw it 3 times in 3 consecutive days. It wasn't until the 3rd time that I understood the plot. And when I went back to watch it again recently, I'd completely forgotten how the central gag works. Now that, for me, is a smart gambling movie. You can bet on it. So there we are, top 5 gambling movies from somebody who absolutely does not gamble. What about you? Which movies have I left out? What are your favourites? Let me know.